Good morning, beautiful souls. Time to head off. As ever, leave no trace. We should all remember that, not just anybody camping, wild camping or van lifers. Leave no trace. Leave it cleaner than you found it. Right, we're underway. Let's get on to Broadway. England is beautiful. Beautiful souls. It's stunning. And as Michael Caine once said, not a lot of people know that. It's stunning. And people don't get out to it. It's absolutely breathtaking. All over England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, but especially close by where people live, where the majority of people live in Britain. You can still get out and see this, and it's just incredible, absolutely incredible. Well, beautiful souls, yeah, I'm whispering. I've just reached Broadway, and again it's a you can look right up the street up there. It's a Cotswold stone village, but there's a lot more to it. Let me explain. Oh, beautiful souls, look at this. This is the old school, and it's up for sale. And the lovely lady that I just spoke to said it's been up for sale for a long time, since the school closed. Well, beautiful souls, we're right in here now, in the heart of the town. And it's quite large, it's quite big, but the place I'm stood at the moment here, it's a playing field, and they do mini horse racing and things here. But that site there is where there has been found Mesolithic items. So this is hunter-gatherers. But there's that part there, and there's another part at the other side of town where it shows that this town here was one of the first places in Britain where hunter-gatherers started to settle. How cool is that? That's 5,000 years ago, over 5,000 years ago, where hunter-gatherers first started to settle in this first evidence, the earliest evidence that's been found in this town. This is Broadway, in this town. Throughout the ages it's been all sorts, and it's been in 972, I think it was, the Anglo-Saxon King Edgar ruled here, and he then gave the whole town to the Benedictine monks. He gave the whole town to the Benedictine monks in not long after that, that's when it's first recorded, 972. And he gave it all to the Benedictine monks, and they owned it until the 19th century. And in the 16th century, it was a busy highway. It was a stopover, so it was like a town that was a service station that was owned by the Benedictine monks. Now, the Benedictine monks owned it all, and there was 33 public houses here owned by the Benedictine monks. So all the money was going to the church for the drinks, the staying over, and ill repute, we'll say. Ill repute. Here, 33 public houses there was in this place. We're going to see one of them in a minute, because it's still here. There's a few of them still sort of here, but they've been rebuilt. But there's one that's actually still here, from the 16th century. So I'll show you that in a minute. So here we have the Lygon Arms. I'll show you in a second. The name has sort of been changed, even though they've still got the Lygon logos here, by James Martin. James Martin owns it. He owns it. And he's a well-known chef, I think, isn't he, if I remember rightly. But have a look at this whole place. And there's a car about to park in front of me as I'm about to turn around. The Lygon Arms. So this is it. It starts there and goes all the way up there. Beautiful building. 16th century, so that's the 1500s that was built, and this was one of the coaching inns here that the Benedict monks did own, and they made a fortune from, no doubt. House of ill repute and all that and everything, and there it is. Low light today, not much light this morning. Big place, the Lygon Arms, built in the 16th century, and it was still going as a pub and a B&B until James Martin bought it. It's still a B&B as well. It still has rooms to let, but it's a restaurant now rather than a pub. So there we are. So I'm going to make my way out of here now. We're going to head up to next Meon Hill. If there's anything on the way out, look at this. There's your window. That's quite cool. Oh, might get myself a banana. There's a fruit and veg stall here. More red phone boxes. One with the phone still in it and one with the defibrillator in it. Are they all over the Cotswolds? Are they still here in every part of the Cotswolds? If you know, let me know in the comments. Tell me if they're still over everywhere in the Cotswolds. Logo's on. It's an old Crown one. That's a newer one. That's an older one. Is that? Don't know if you heard me then. I had it stretched out. So the left-hand one is an older one. The right-hand one is a newer one. Anyway, let me know in the comments. Again, it's a quaint little village. It's still all closed up, but it's a quaint little village. There, it's another coaching inn. Quaint little village. Again, we've got another monolith, war memorial, which I imagine, I don't know if it's another one that's a spring, because where it's at, where it's sat. But anyway, that's about it, really. Again, it's a beautiful Cotswold village with old buildings. They're not ancient buildings. The actual ancient Mesolithic site is gone, is way gone. The Benedictine monks saw to that, by the looks of things, back in the 14th, probably the 13th or 14th century. But they have found artifacts there in the 19th century. It was busy for the cotton and wool trade back in medieval times. Sorry, wool and, that's right, wool and cotton trade. Back in medieval times it was busy, it went quiet. When the dissolution of the monasteries in 1540 happened and the place was given back to the people, since then it's changed. The government have stolen it, but it was given back to the people by King Henry VIII in the dissolution of the monasteries. It had a busy period and then it went down again, and that's about it. Now it's a tourist trap with shops like this in old buildings, Cotswold stone buildings, and turned into modern places. Look at that, half a mini there, a quarter of a mini in that place. The man cave. That's quite cool. There's a man cave The Richard's workshop. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome to have here. If it is a man cave or if it's just a pub, I don't know. No, it's a shop. Look at that. Made out of vehicle parts, look. Look at that. Awesome. Anyway, beautiful souls, before this sleepy town wakes up and gets busy, we're off to Meon Hill next. Meon Hill, on the way up to Stratford. So, as ever, be kind, beautiful souls, to yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. That'll help you be kind to everybody else. Much love and many blessings to each and every one of you. Thank you.